Hi, welcome to Eclectic Self Protection, Self-Defense Systems UK. In this video, Weapons Awareness Part 1, we're going to be looking at firstly what a definition of an edged weapon is, secondly classifications of edged weapons, third examples of the classifications, fourth further examples of edged weapons, and fifth some final pointers regarding edged weapons. So to begin with, what is an edged weapon? An edged weapon by definition is any made, adapted, intended or implemented object that has sharp cutting edges that when brought into contact with the human body through violent nature will cause a tear, lash, gash or penetration of human flesh. Edged weapons are further divided into four classifications. 1. Made weapons, 2. Adapted weapons, 3. Implemented weapons, and 4. Disguised weapons. Let's go into more detail about what each of these classifications are. Made weapons. A made weapon is any weapon that has been purposely made for the sole purpose of injuring someone. An example of a made weapon is a combat knife or an army knife, something that has been purposely made to cause injury on a person. Adapted weapons. Adapted weapons are objects that have been altered or adapted in some way to inflict damage on the opposite person. An example of this could be a broken glass bottle that has sharp cutting edges that has therefore been modified and adapted, and when brought into contact with the human body in the violent nature will cause serious injury or life-threatening injuries. An implemented weapon is any weapon that you have in your possession that you're using in a violent nature. An example of an implemented weapon could be a kitchen knife, something that's used to cut your food up, but if you turn it into an offensive weapon, it becomes an implemented weapon. A disguised weapon is any weapon that has been camouflaged, masked, or is unidentifiable, which covers up its edged weapon capacities. An example of a disguised weapon is a shaft or blade covered up in the body of a martial arts weapon, which is therefore disguising its edged weapon capability. In general, you should use your common sense about what objects can be used as edged weapons. Beyond the obvious combat knife and kitchen knives, other examples of edged weapons could be pencils, pens, razor blades, sharpeners, swords, arrows, bows, craft knives and craft tools in general, and so the list goes on and on. Just to finish off, I want to give you some reference to penetration depths of edged weapons that you should be aware of. In general, 3 centimeters will penetrate the rib cage, 4 centimeters will penetrate the heart muscle, and 8 to 10 centimeters accounts for the average UK stab death. In conclusion, it's important to have good awareness of edged weapons, it's important to have good knowledge of edged weapons, and third, it's always important to respect the level of threat at present. We will be posting more videos on edged weapon awareness in the future, so keep posted, stay in tune, and we'll see you next time.